After I've already told my friends and my mom, what do I do now? My name is Sandra Ezeji Anyaele. I am your marriage foundation reality coach. In my last video, we talked about how to plan your wedding with your marriage in view. We talked about the part 1, and today we are going to continue with the part 2. In the last video, I also mentioned that you should have a marriage foundation vision board. And I'm like, you've not heard it before, or you've heard it before, but you didn't understand what it means. Today, I'm going to explain what marriage vision board is. Marriage vision board is a visual reminder of your plans, your goals, your vision in your marriage. And it brings the couple, both of you, it brings two people together so that you talk about your plans, you talk about your goals, you talk about your vision. And before you even do that, both of you will also talk about your view about marriage. Air your views about marriage. What are your expectations about marriage? When you are doing that, it brings both of you together because both of you are talking about it. You also talk about your marriage now. That is after your wedding, your marriage now. And then what you expect your marriage to be in the future. How do you go about this? It's by communication, open communication. Open communication, very, very vital in any relationship. By the time you talk about that, you already set a pace for yourself. It's like a reminder. And even the vision board, you can keep it where both of you will be seeing it. It's a reminder. It keeps reminding you people that now that we are married, these are what we said we'll be doing in our marriage. If for any reason you forget, because we are not perfect, anyone you forget, you can go back to it and readdress it so that your vision board will be realized. Now, so what are some of the things to talk about? You talk about setting limits, setting boundaries, so that there will not be unnecessary interference. You talk about your finances. You talk about your work. Are we both going to work secularly? Are we going to have someone at home? Are we going to have somebody with skilled labor? You talk about those things. Then you also talk about your children, the number of children you will have. Sometimes maybe you would have talked about it when you people were considering getting married. Very well, but it's just a reminder. It's just a reminder so that both of you will know that this is what we have agreed upon, and now that we are married, we are going to implement it. As a matter of fact, marriage is a time of implementation. Sometimes people forget that they are going to build a home, and because of that they behave anyhow they like, and it will affect the marriage. By God's grace, before you know, children will start coming. But when you have set your vision board, the children will even grow up to see what you are doing. The children will even grow up to know that there is a pattern already in my home, and they will follow it. Then the girl child will know that this is how a wife should behave. The boy child will know that this is how a man or a father should behave. You set the pace based on your vision board. So vision board is very, very important. It should not be neglected. Granted, a lot of people don't know about it. Very well then. But that is why my own focus is on marriage foundation. Like I said earlier, that is the crux of the matter. Marriage foundation. If you get the foundation right, I can assure you that your marriage will just be a bliss. We are not saying that there won't be, hitches here and there, but you will know how to manage it. You will know how to go about it based on the promises, based on the thing that you have written down. This is what we want to follow in our marriage. This is what we want to achieve in our marriage. Based on that, even when you are derailing, you can always call yourself to order because you have something set aside. This is what we want. And the children that God has blessed you with will also follow through. Now that we have established what a marriage vision board is, I would also like to talk about marriage vision board statements. They go hand in hand. For instance, you can say peaceful marriage, peaceful family, peaceful home is a very fantastic, good marriage vision board statement, and it will guide you. Each time you remember that you want a peaceful home, each time you remember that you want a peaceful family, each time you remember that you want a peaceful marriage, you try to give it your all. You try to give it your all. Marriage is not a walk in the park. See, when I got married, I thought the only thing I needed to do was to get married, start giving birth to children, train them, and that's it. No, that is not it. That is not it. All these things, it needs planning. It needs proper planning for it to be a bliss. We all dream of beautiful family life. We all dream of beautiful home. But then we need to work at it. We need to work at it. Imagine the couple in this scenario. Probably they talked about honeymoon, but the husband went ahead and cancelled it without even informing the wife. That's bad. And obviously too, they did not have a marriage vision board, because if they did, they would have known, the wife would have known that in their plan there is nothing like honeymoon. That is outside where they are staying. Honeymoon can be anywhere. You can decide to check into a hotel. Yes, you can do that. You are not doing anything, just check into a hotel, they will serve you. You can, in the evening, you can stroll out. It's honeymoon, home away from home. It depends on how it depends on how you want to do your own honeymoon. There was no plan, and that was why the guy just cancelled the honeymoon just like that. And the wife is annoyed. That should not be so. When I started this video, the first statement I made was that I am a marriage foundation reality coach. Reality in the sense that there are a lot of misconceptions. There are a lot of expectations in marriage. But when you are realistic about it, you make conscious and intentional efforts to make it work. You do not say, because Mr. So and so did this for the wife, my own will do so and so. It does not work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. And that is why we have a lot of, marriage dysfunction here and there. In marriage, I want to cite a good example. It happened to me personally. When I was planning my wedding, I noticed that my husband had a lot of nieces. I noticed that, he had people that I could use for flower girls. But what did I do? I smartly told him that I don't want flower girls. That was when I was planning the wedding. I smartly told him I don't want flower girls, because I know that if I had chosen any other person apart from his own relative, by the way, I was the youngest in my own side, so maybe some people might be thinking, what of your own side? I was the youngest from my own side, so I couldn't have used myself. So when I did that, I avoided carrying enmity from my wedding to my home. You might be wondering, is it possible? Very possible. Very possible. If I had a vision board then, I would have known that maybe we cannot afford making dresses for little brides. Just maybe. But because, like I said, I did not have it. So I felt, you do your own, me, I'll do my own. The aim is just for us to do the wedding. And that's it. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. As you're planning your wedding, have your marriage in view, because there is a home after this wedding. There is something that we are going to meet. It's a journey. It's not yet the destination. It's a journey. And both of you are going to, ply the road together and get to your destination. Whatever loopholes you see while going, tackle it together, solve it together. I cannot overemphasize the fact that marriage vision board is very, very important. I am always emphasizing the fact that newlyweds, about to weds, are my focus. Because if we get it right from the beginning, by God's grace, everything will be fine. Everything will just be fine. Another thing I would like to talk about is setting boundaries. It's part of your marriage vision board. Setting boundaries. Nobody is saying that you should scare your people away. Not at all. Nobody is saying that. Who does that? I mean, this is Nigeria. This is Nigeria. And Africans, we like ourselves to a large extent. With your marriage vision board, you people will talk about how we are going to deal with extended family relationship. Are they going to be a part of your home, or you are going to put a limit to it? The bride, at the onset, she said she has already told some of her friends and even her mom. Was she supposed to do that if she had a marriage vision board? No is the answer, because she would have discussed with the husband, and whatever conclusion they had, that is what she will implement. Whether to tell, it could be a surprise when they ask of you, they say they have traveled or they are not around. It's not everything that happens you give detailed information about. That set boundary. How do you set boundaries? How do you set boundaries? Discuss it with your partner. Even if you want to have a house help, discuss it with your. These are things you talk about. Remember I said in marriage is implementation. The things you have talked about in marriage is when you implement it. It's not when you are married. Maybe on the wedding day, some people do it too. Their two younger ones are already with their bag waiting. After the wedding, they follow you straight to your house. Some people do it. Even as we speak, some people do it. But by the time you set your boundary, whatever you are saying is what your wife is saying. Just remember that your marriage is your own. You have to make it work. Your marriage is your own. You have to make it. It's not anybody else's own. It's your own. And because you know that it is your own, whatever you have agreed with your partner to do, just do it. At the beginning, it might be a little bit difficult. But don't worry, over time, you will adjust. When you want to make something work, you go out of your way to do it. You don't do it because somebody is watching you. You don't do it because, the society will say. You don't do it because your mom will say. You don't do it because this person. No, you do it because you know it's the right thing. And based on what two people have agreed upon, you do it. And you will see that everything will be fine. You might be wondering now, what if I default? Of course, you might default. It's not a bad thing. No one will scold you. It's your marriage. When you default, both of you should still come together and still talk about it. You revisit your marriage vision board. You keep practicing. You keep practicing until you get used to it. That is just it. You keep practicing until you get used to it. And when you get used to it, I can assure you that your marriage will be a joyful one. I can assure you that it will be a joyful one. I did not just start talking about this topic. Yes. I said I've been married for 21 years. And I'm going to talk about my experiences, my naiveness, and everything, so that you can learn from me. We should not repeat the same mistake. Yes, we should not repeat the same mistake. Because if we do, it really does not make any sense. Because the aim of this video, the aim of me starting a YouTube channel is to talk about my mistakes and for people to learn from it. Especially, I like emphasizing it because these people are the ones that are prone to making mistakes. If you don't get it right from the foundation, you have missed it. You have mixed it. That is why a lot of people are going haywire in marriage, because they did not get it right from the beginning. And sometimes I don't really blame them, because nobody told them what they needed to know. Yes, nobody told them. Like me, I was not told. But because in the course of being married and in the course of seeing some of the things I've seen, and I said, no, I should help people. I should help them so that they know their right from their wrong. Yes, you need to know. When you are informed, it goes a long way in helping you in life. But honestly, if you are not informed, you are deformed. What I am saying now, I am passing on message. It's an information that you need to apply. It is not left for you. It is not left for you to apply it or not. But I've done my own part. I've done my own part. I am happy that I'm doing it. Honestly, I am. Very happy indeed. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is good. But a lot of misconceptions, a lot of mindsets, a lot of them say is spoiling marriages. Like I said, this video is divided into 4 parts. This is the second one. My next video, we are going to talk about how to draft your own marriage vision board. I'm sure you will like it. And I'll give you some examples just to help you. Just to help you. I'm going to show you how to, based on your own circumstances. I'll just give you an idea. I will not tell you must do it this way, or because I did it that way, do it. I said it that I did not have a marriage vision board. Yes, I did not. I did not. I wasn't as informed as I am right now. Yes. So, in my next video, I'm going to show you, give you ideas on how to write your own vision board. And the vision board, you don't write it when your marriage is 2 years old. No. You don't write it when your marriage is 5 years old. No. You write it from the beginning. As a matter of fact, it is a ticket. Take it to your, as you're getting married, as you're moving into your own home. Review it, sit down, talk about it. The foundation is not the time you go and pack house helps. The foundation is not the time that you say, this person is coming to live with me, I want to train him or her. No, the foundation is a time that both of you study each other. Because when you were dating, when you were engaged to marry, you did not live in the same house. But now, you have been pronounced husband and wife, and you are in the same home. So obviously, there are things you did not see when you people were dating that you will see when you are married. And I want to put a clause. It's not when somebody says hello, you start saying, I have my marriage vision board. No, it's when you are sure that you are getting married. It's when you are sure you have been engaged. It's when you are sure that you are getting married to this person. This is just like a roadmap, something that will lead you to where you're going, for you to enjoy your home. That is what I am talking about. Before you will say, Sandra said, when somebody says hello, I should just bring out vision board. It's not what I said. Please, it's not what I said. In my next video, we are going to talk about ways we can draft our own marriage vision board that will suit your own. It will just be synonymous with your own marriage. Yes, I'll give you ideas. I'll just give you tips on how to go about it. And I know that you will be glad. I know you will be glad when you do that. If my video has made sense to you, please do like and subscribe. I will see you in my next video.